Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, for those of you joining for the first time today. Guys, if you joined me on my live video on Saturday, thank you very much. It was fun. It was awesome spending time with you guys and just talking and answering questions and hanging out with you guys. So I look forward to doing that again soon. Guys, real quick, let's just talk. All right, Monday, down day, down about 6.8 something percent. We made most of it back on Tuesday, and then today was up and down, and we finished in the red. I don't know if you noticed, everything else did also, right? The FOMC came out today, and they did not move anything. So I wasn't able to watch the press conference. I wasn't able to see any of that, but it looks like they're just going to wait for a little bit. They've been waiting too much instead of acting, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens from here, and we will kind of figure this out. If you haven't noticed, gas prices are going up. So that will just lead to higher inflation, and we will probably see more rate hikes, or they're going to just, find another way to screw the pooch and figure out what to do later to try to avoid a massive recession that we've all been waiting for quite a long time now. Back to AMC. Guys, you guys have all probably seen the filing about the annual meeting coming up, and I don't know if you guys have seen or not. Bigums did a pretty good job, describing everything that was in it. I want to talk about it real quick, just give my 2 cents, because there was a couple things that he said that I didn't necessarily disagree with, but I might view it a little differently. He did a great job doing that. He does a lot of really good things on there. So not, just a slight difference of opinion on maybe one or two things, and it is what it is, right? Number one on the list is basically, guys, it's gonna make it so that every single board position is available to be revoted on. If that happens, then if that gets approved, then we go to 2A, right? So 1 and 2 are very closely intertwined. If 1 goes through, then 2A gets voted on. If 1 does not get approved, then 2B gets voted on. So number 1 is to approve an amendment to the third amended and restated certificate of incorporation to declassify our board of directors, shorten all existing terms to expire at the annual meeting, and make certain other immaterial changes to the certificate of incorporation. If that passes, then they're going to vote to elect the board of directors. So basically, everybody that's the board of directors now will be voted in, but only for a 1-year term. If Proposition 1 does not, or Proposal 1 does not get approved, then it goes to 2B, and it only votes on a certain amount of people, and their terms would expire in 2026, at the annual meeting 2026. If you vote yes on number 1, which I will do, I will then vote yes on Proposal 2 to keep them at a position where, like, they know that they are at jeopardy of not getting voted in every year instead of a number of years, right? Like, it allows us to hold them accountable. Okay, Proposal 3 is to approve an amendment to our certificate of incorporation to eliminate the prohibition against stockholders acting by written consent. This one, guys, is cool. It makes it possible to pass amendments, proposals, etc., without a formal meeting, but rather just written consent. They're like the same votes are required, so nothing about like how many votes or anything like that is changing. It's only to allow it for an easier way to vote to happen, instead of going through a whole thing. And I think this would probably take more effect in like special meeting type situations. It does not remove any power that retail investors have. Keep that in mind. It does not remove any of the power that we as retail investors have in mind. It just makes it easier to vote. Okay. After number 4, I'm going to talk to you about a little bit more about this right here. Okay. Number 4 is to approve an amendment to our certificate of incorporation to remove the limitation on stockholders' ability to call special meetings. All right. So somebody had commented a while ago about, oh, is this bad for retail? Well, no, it removes limitations against stockholders, right? So like there are limitations currently in place that stop stockholders from being able to call meetings. there will need to be 20%, like a large group of retail investors that all comprise of 20% of the votes would have to come together to call a meeting. Or if there's any one person that owns 20%, could call a meeting. But again, it's not a bad thing. It helps shareholders be able to call meetings and not just rely on board members to do so, and then we go that route, right? So the most important thing that you need to know about these proposals is that you need to vote. You need to vote in order for any of these to make sense. If you are worried about, like, oh, well, I think this should be no, but then you don't vote, you're not helping, okay? A zero vote is a vote in the wrong position of where you're at. If you believe in one thing, vote for it, right? If you want something to pass, you need to vote for it. If you want something to fail, you need to vote for it. But if you don't vote, it doesn't matter what your opinion is, because you're not willing to back it up with a vote that goes behind it. Don't ever think that your vote doesn't count because there's a ton of other people that are out there voting. Your vote could be the swing vote. You never know what's going to happen. Considering that, like, when you're talking about this and when they're reading the vote counts, it's based on the amount of shares that you have. So 100 shares equals 100 votes, if you will. I know that's not exactly how it works. It's a very easy description of how it works, though. So keep that in mind. Get out there and vote for these things when they come up for our stock, okay? It's important to do so. All right, guys, so number 5. So I agree 100% on this one with what Bigham said on this one, okay? The 5 says to approve an amendment to our certificate of incorporation to expand the exculpation I can't say this freaking word. Exculpation provision to limit the liability of certain officers. So it removes liability from an officer of the board, and would basically put it on the company, okay? So versus just like an individual person. The way that it was said and I agree 100% with this, do your job properly, you won't have to worry about it. If you do your job right, it doesn't matter if some sue-happy person wants to go out there and sue you. There's nothing that they can show that you did wrong, and so it won't matter. It'll take a little bit of your time, whatever, but hey, at least you know you did it right. So if you vote no on this, you're voting to not remove any liability. They're trying, AMC is saying that by doing this, it also allows for higher or like a better candidate for a job to be pulled into these positions in the future. Again, I kind of feel like the right person for the job is going to get the job, and they're going to want the job, and they're going to be okay with the fact that, like, they just need to do their job correctly, right? So this one for sure I'm going to vote no on, and I'm not really going to tell you guys how to vote. I want you guys to vote for how you want to vote, right? Number 6, to ratify the appointment of Ernst & Young as our independent registered public accounting firm for 2023. I believe they already are. I'm sure that if you look deep enough through any accounting firm, you're going to find something wrong with them. So this one, leave it up to you again. Number 8, to conduct a non-binary advisory vote to approve the compensation of named executive officers. If you think they deserve more money, vote for yes. If you don't think they deserve more money, vote for no. This one's very simple. Number 8, to approve one or more adjournments of the annual meeting, if necessary, to permit further solicitation of proxies if there are insufficient votes to adopt the foregoing proposals. I think this is different than like a quorum, right? Like every time that you have a vote, you need a quorum to be able to pass it or to basically take a vote. This is saying that if there's not enough people that vote yes, that they will then want to vote to just wait until a later date, and that means that they could then change the way that they're putting the proposals out there. It means that they could try to prove to you why it's a good idea. It would just give them more time, right? So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Obviously, let's just talk about the money one as an example. If it all votes no, if everybody votes no on money, but they all think they deserve money, they're going to vote for an adjournment so that in a month we can go back and vote, or however long we can go back and re-vote again, and they're hoping that in that amount of time something's going to happen to make them feel like they deserve more money, and that make you feel that they deserve more money, so that you'll then vote yes. Now that one would probably take a lot more than a month for a lot of people to like change their minds on, but on some of the other ones it might not take that much time. So this just gives them that opportunity to make adjustments to the proposal, and to also to show you what it is that they're doing to get your yes vote or no vote, if something ever like that was to come up that they want you to vote no. I doubt that they're ever going to put anything they want you to vote no on, but it is what it is, right? Guys, again, most important things to think about are just get out there and vote, okay? I know that like this is a little bit different of a video that I'm making. I'm not like focusing so much on like what the stock was doing. Like I'm good with that, right? Like I'm really good with where the stock is at right now, so I'm not worried about it. We'll touch more bases on that, right? Like we'll come back tomorrow. Friday we'll make some videos on like what more numbers are looking like. But right now, guys, I mean today was like this, right? Like yeah, it finished a percentage down, but hey, it was up a good amount earlier in the day, and I think we're going to keep seeing days like this. We're going to see a lot more green days. We're going to see some red days. We're going to see whatever, but I'm very confident in where this play is moving, and I think you should be too. Guys, just stay positive, stay motivated. All right. Subscribe to the channel if you need the motivation. Subscribe to the channel, and let's just stay motivated together. Continue to help each other stay motivated, and just be in this as a community, guys. All right, guys, I am going to jet and do some work, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Stay positive, stay motivated, stay motivating. Talk to you later. Bye.